What is going on, everybody? Christian Bauer here, Bauer Sports Media, coming at you today as I'm recording this. I actually wanted to make a video to premiere. But as I'm recording this, I'm recording it on a Monday afternoon. Wanted to talk about Jaylen Waddle now. He gets hurt this past weekend against Tennessee, the third Saturday game, hurts his ankle, pretty much out for the season. And there's quite a bit of news about him and some stuff that I kind of personally want to talk about Jaylen Waddle. First off, Nick Saban receiving a lot of criticism over what he said about Jaylen Waddle, and how about his daughter? Let's see, Kristen Saban, uh, firing back at the media, or at least taking it to social media, because Nick Saban got a lot of criticism, and I guess his daughter did not really like that. People started saying, "Oh, Saban doesn't care about Waddle. He doesn't care if a player gets hurt because he's got depth or whatever." You know, uh, and in a tweet, his daughter said, "Seeing people on here saying my dad doesn't care about Jaylen Waddle, and his players when they are hurt is really disappointing. His body language and tone is hard to read, but he is absolutely devastated. He's just as sad and upset as the rest of us." So that was interesting. But, getting back to the actual topic that I want to discuss, does Jaylen Waddle, you know, he gets hurt, right? We're here, we just played the fifth week of SEC football, right? Basically, already halfway through this weird pandemic like, 10 game conference only season. Do the Tide need Jaylen Waddle? Do they need him? Does he need the Tide? Um, this is interesting because, see, I'm gonna try my best to answer this question, because we sit here and Waddle is a really great, talented wide receiver, the fastest player in football, they call him. Do the Tide need him? Yes, they need him. No, they don't need him. I'm going to explain right here why they need him, why they don't. They need him in the sense, like, you know, he 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 makes it more electric. He's like that really good piece of the offense, right? He's that receiver that's gonna take the ball and go get it when he's open. He's gonna find a way to get open and grab the football, and then when he grabs it, like, he's that kind of guy that can turn a 10-yard slant into like an 80-yard touchdown run or something. He's that guy, and you kind of need that guy for your offense, don't you? But is it going to hurt the Tide to not have him? No. You'd be crazy to sit there and say, "Oh, they just lost their chances at a championship because Jaylen Waddle's hurt. They don't have any." They have depth. Alabama, Jaylen Waddle's a junior. Devontae Smith, now he's a starter as well. So I mean, you can't replace a starter with a starter really without putting in a backup. But I mean, Jaylen Waddle, man, yeah, you need him, but there's other guys. Slay Bolden, uh, who's a sophomore from West Monroe. He's gotten some good reps. He could get some more playing time. Roydell Williams is a freshman from Hueytown, Alabama, from this year's recruiting class. Um, Sam Reed is a sophomore. Look, they have a lot of depth. Xavier Williams is a guy that I've heard quite a few people talk about. He's from Hollywood, Florida, not to be confused with Hollywood, California, where all those actors are. But uh, look, Jaylen Waddle, and thoughts and prayers go out to him, right? you you need him, but you don't need him. Like, if you want your offense to be electric, if you want kickoff returns for touchdowns, you need that guy. If you want a guy that you can trust with the football, you need that guy. But it's not like Alabama's not loaded. They're loaded at every position on offense, right? They got guys second string, third string. You got guys to step up and replace a guy like Jaylen Waddle. And these receivers know Mac Jones. They know the system. You know, um, everyone practices. It's not just the starters. Bryce Young practices. I'm sure with the second stringers. What does Nick Saban call it? The twos and the threes. The threes practice with the threes, or the twos and the twos practice together. The twos being the backups, thirds being third string. These guys have practice, and they're going to have their moment at some point. I personally do not know who's going to step up and take the place of Jaylen Waddle. The point of this video, sorry about that, is, do you really need him if you're Alabama? Is it really going to hurt you in the end? No. No, you got John Mechie, you got Devontae Smith, but what if those guys aren't open? Who are you going to? I can't throw it to Devontae. I can't throw it to Najee. I can only throw it to this guy over here who replaced Jaylen Waddle because Jaylen Waddle's not in there. Can I really trust this guy? So Jaylen Waddle was hurt. Right? We know that. You got John Mechie the third, sophomore. You got guys like Slay Bolden, who isn't really a starter, but he is a guy that's been talked about. Maybe he's the guy that's going to step up and take Waddle's place. I would think. You know, um, he's gotten some good reps. He's gotten some. I don't want to say good playing time, but he's gotten some snaps this year. He's a sophomore. I think he was. He got, maybe he got some time last year. I'm not sure. Um, you know, it will definitely be interesting to see what the Tide do at this position. They got the talent there. The talent is there. Is whoever replaces Waddle, are they going to be fast like Waddle? No. Waddle is the fastest player in football, right? That's what they say. I mean, it's debatable. You got other guys, Last year, maybe, Henry Ruggs was faster than Waddle. I don't know. Maybe Waddle was faster. I don't know. Right? You need a guy like Waddle who's just going to have great speed. You need great speed on an offense, right? Guys that could just really get away from defenders. So, as far as, a speedy receiver, to find another guy on the roster like that, that's where it's hard. But you got guys that are still going to go out there and catch the ball. They might not be as fast as Jaylen Waddle, right? But, Nick Saban, always says, we have guys that are, waiting on their opportunity. And if that opportunity comes, they'll be ready and prepared. So I don't know who's going to replace Jaylen Waddle. Comment down below, or maybe I'm premiering this. You can probably put it in the premiere live chat or whatever the heck, or over there, wherever the heck it is. Who do you think, Tide fans? Who's going to replace Jaylen Waddle? Do we need Jaylen Waddle going forward in the season? Do we want him? Oh, of course we want Jaylen Waddle. But if he's hurt, is it hurting the Tide? Is it going to hurt Alabama in the long run? Are they going to lose the game because they didn't have Jaylen Waddle who could have caught that ball or took off faster than this guy or that guy or whatever? Is it going to hold them back? So, it will be interesting to see. I personally, again, and I'll say it, Jaylen Waddle is a guy that you want. But if you're Alabama, with the way you've been recruiting, the way it's been with your receivers and throwing the football, is it hurting you to lose a guy like Waddle? Yes, because you're losing one of the best receivers, the fastest player in college football. But can you trust the guys behind him? I think so. Steve Sarkisian, the offensive coordinator, is definitely going to find a way to work with all of these other receivers and do something with this offense. So it'll be interesting to see what happens going forward, who's going to take his place. I personally haven't heard anything about it, but if you have, definitely comment down below. Or again, as this is premiering, you can put it in the premiere chat or whatever. If you've heard something, definitely let me know. But we want Waddle, obviously, but we don't need him. I really think the Tide are good at depth. And even if, the guy that's replacing him, like, you still got Mechie who's starting, or, you still got Devontae Smith, or, whoever. I mean, there's still guys on the Alabama roster. There's still Bama receivers that are talented enough. Not saying they're better than Waddle. They don't have to be better than Waddle. They just got to be good enough to be there on the offense. Because I mean, this is like look at Clemson. They lost Justin Ross for the season. That's a tough loss for Clemson, man. I think he had I don't know what the injury was, but he had surgery over the summer. He's out for the season. But their offense is still clicking. It's still Trevor Lawrence. It's still Clemson. It's still Dabo. And I mean, they still got all the talent in the world. I mean, they put 47 points up on Syracuse. Now, I'm not going to say anything about Syracuse. I mean, this is the ACC we're talking about now, but I mean, they found a way to do it without Justin Ross. Like I feel like Justin. I don't know if I want to compare Ross and Waddle or anything, but I mean, if you're Clemson and you lose a key receiver, Clemson can do it. Heck, Bama can do it too. So we don't need Waddle. We definitely want Waddle, but it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. Obviously, I'm sure he'll be on the sideline. He's pulling for the team. Can he recover fast enough to maybe come back this year? Can he come back late in the season? I mean, we've seen before. Now, it's kind of rare, but like, oh, well, it's possible he'll be out for the whole season. But hey, somehow they made it to the final game. They made it to the title. They made it to the bowl game or whatever. In the final game, they came back. I mean, and again, I'll bring up Clemson. Like, they lost Ross. They got this Joseph Nagata. They got Murray Rogers. You know, they got talent. So anyway, appreciate you guys tuning in for this premiere video talking Jaylen Waddle. Is it going to hurt the Tide? Of course, type in the chat, the live chat, or maybe you missed the premiere. Comment down below. We're going to find out. Is it going to hurt Alabama? I don't think it's going to hurt them. I think they're going to be fine with or without Waddle. Again, a guy you want on your team, a guy you kind of need, but it's, you just got to look at the roster. That's why Nick Saban always puts in, he doesn't even just put in the backup quarterback, which I know it's been a couple weeks since we saw Bryce Young, but he doesn't just put in backup quarterbacks. He's also putting in backup receivers and running backs because he wants them to get game time experience for when their time comes. So again, I don't know who's going to replace Jaylen Waddle, but whoever it is, I'm sure it will all work out in the end. So Tide fans need not to worry. We will be all right on offense. I'm telling you that right now. So anyway, appreciate you guys tuning in for this premiere. If I can figure out if it is premiering or not, or figure out how to get it going. I know I premiered a video before or whatever, but anyway, appreciate you guys for showing up. Give me your thoughts on Jaylen Waddle. Can the Tide figure it out? I think so. It ain't going to hurt them in the long run, I'm sure. But, it's still, in terms of a talent like Waddle is, he's very unique. He's very fast. The way he is with his hands when he catches the ball, it's unique. He's unique. He's a unique player. So you might not be getting Waddle out of whoever takes his place, but you are still getting a good receiver because Bama has the depth and the talent there. So anyway, prayers to Jaylen Waddle and anyone else who might have got hurt in college football. Get better. Thanks so much for watching and tuning in to this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, Valor Sports Media is checking out. Have a good day. Roll Tide, roll.